Welcome to the Realm, a 2x2 expansion with everything that you might need, with endless of angles and peaks, but not only that, it is also affordable and it looks beautiful. Compound has over 16 respawn points, a furnace wall, and a funnel wall. Now I hope you guys enjoyed this base design. Now let's get right into the tour. Okay, so once we're ready to head on inside, we'll go through one of the 4 gatehouses right here. And we will see that we have plenty of Patrico peaks and multiple peaks in our base, where there is no chance any raiders are able to get into our base. But even if they are able to get in there, we also have a couple of breach peaks to regain control over our base. And inside of here are also our main batteries and also a couple of respawn points, and we have a total of 16 respawn points in our compound. Once we head in through our funnel wall, as you can see, we have traps on either side, and even if raiders were to climb over it, they would meet the wrath of a couple of turrets. 4 turrets in here looking over our entire ring, with another amount of nasty peaks leading everywhere that you might need it to, as you can see. Head in through one of the 2 entrances of the single doors to get into our mobility chute to get up to our roof, or shooting floor. Once we are on the shooting floor, you can see that we have so many peaks leading everywhere, there is really no way we can lose. And even if we were to lose our shooting floor turrets, our ring turrets would still have plenty of angles looking up here. We also have 4 breach peaks and roof peaks on either corner right here, as you can see. And if we head over to the 4 other angles, we have more roof peaks and also a double door to get us on the roof. Once we are on the roof, we are guarded by turrets, and we also have ourselves a nice little farm base inside of this base, so we can cook cloth or make a couple of teas or whatever we might feel like making. Head in through this airlock right here to get into our bedroom area, where we obviously have, beds and lockers, and go down this garage door right here. We are on the 2nd floor of the base with a couple of furnaces and all the boxes we might need. Head even further down to our main core units with all the loot that we might need, and the upkeep can be found on the screen right here. And I hope you guys enjoyed this base design, and if we are, let me know in the comment section what you'd like me to build next, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. So once we are ready to start building, we're going to build 3 squares just like so, and wall in everything just like that. Put a double door here and a double door here, and a ceiling on top of everything. Then we'll put 2 double doors right here to create a temporary airlock. Once we're ready to continue, we'll place TC in the left corner right here. Then we'll make the core look like this. So once our starter core is finished, we have all the furnaces and boxes that we need. So let's continue on building. Remove this double door and add this square right here, and 2 walls right here with a frame in between and a frame right here. Then add 3 walls here for a jump up, twig frame here, 2 floors, and another double door right here. And for now, we'll place our double door down right here. Then we can go underneath and place some extra boxes. Once we got a few more boxes down, we'll place another garage door right here, making our core fairly strong. We'll then place a research table here with another box underneath it and start sealing up the 2nd floor. First thing we're gonna do is upgrade our roof tiles to high qual and add some honeycomb. Once the core is honeycombed, we'll go inside and upgrade everything to its final potential, which will obviously be high qual. So now that we're ready to expand, we'll start building in our 2nd floor. Simply add these 2 walls right here. We'll have to add the honeycomb triangle at the bottom here, just so we can add down this loot room right here. Wall off this to make your core a little stronger, and on the same on the back side here, wall everything else to make it a little stronger. Same with this one, just like so. This will be a loot room. Then we'll go down here and add down this, and a jump up right here. Until further ado, you can use a wood floor here so you can actually get to your jump up. On the back side here, we'll also have to add this, but we'll just add a frame here. The same on this side right here. And a single door, as these will be mobility chutes taking you up to your shooting floor. You can then wall in all of this and all of this as well. Put 2 walls right here. This will be a jump up until the next floor. and make sure that you don't upgrade these ones. As I said, these will be mobility chutes later on. So I'll just put ladder hatches on them right away. Now that we have our mobility chutes all continued, we can just put a wood floor right here. Or if you'd like to create the actual jump up, simply add 2 walls and a double door at the top right here. But it'll be a garage door in the end, so I'm going to use a garage door right away. Inside of this triangle here, we'll add a twig frame just like so, just so we can add honeycombing on top of some furnaces. Push your furnace as far back as it allows you to, jump on top of it, and then place down these 2 last furnaces. This might take you a few tries as it is very pixel perfect, but once you have it, you upgrade the frame, you upgrade the window as well. Meaning that when people break through this wall, they will have to not only get rid of the furnaces, but they will have to raid the frame or the window to get in. We can then add our next loot room in here. Now that both of our loot rooms are filled in, all we need to do is add some garage doors on top of them. On our entrance to our core, we'll have a garage door at the bottom, just like that. And upstairs, you will have to make the decision if you'd like an early game airlock like so people can't get deep on you real easily, or if you'd like more rocket protection, which would mean you'll have to use garage doors. I'm gonna go with garage doors for this tutorial. Now that that's all good, we'll upgrade everything in the original 2x2 to metal. Don't upgrade these yet though, as these obviously lead straight outside. You don't want your neighbors to know where your loot is just yet. Everything else though, like I mentioned, can be upgraded to metal, including the roof of our entire base. Now that our base looks something like this, we're good to continue. Just for security, I'm gonna add down some single doors here. You can add these with wood doors or just anything simply to stop people from being able to sit inside of them when you're not at base. Now that our base looks like this, it's time to continue expanding. I'm gonna break this twig floor and use symmetry on all 4 sides here so we can add down our funnel walls / inner peaks. So add a single square here, 2 triangles, square, triangle, and a square. Remove the triangle and the square, and it should look identical on the other side. Now that we have that footprint down, we'll remove these twigs right here, leaving us with only the square on all 4 sides of the base. We'll then add 3 triangles like that, 2 more triangles here, and 1 lifted triangle here. Besides that, we'll add 2 triangles here and 2 triangles here, creating a small little funnel that will build up later on. And once that's all good, we'll add down this square and these 2 squares, just like so. Now that we have those down, this will be our gatehouses, but we still don't have external TCs. As you can see, that's obviously connected to our base. So we'll add our external TCs on this triangle here. If you don't want external TCs, just simply don't add this what I'm adding right now. But if you want the good compound peaks, you'll have to add a square, 2 triangles, remove and add a square, and 2 low walls right here. Bring out a weapon so you can aim in right here. As you can see, this little pixel piece right here, you want to be in the center of it, just like so. Stand up and place 2 triangles, 1 triangle right here. This doesn't have to be pixel perfect, as it won't be a freehand connected to your base. Once you've added this last square, you won't be able to place this triangle, so we can remove this and upgrade this as well. Now you can see that some of our things are not connected to base and will therefore decay, so we'll make sure that it doesn't by simply adding 2 half walls right here and 2 embracers right here. Put down this floor, build these floors out of twig to add down this low wall, upgrade the low walls, then place down 2 windows right here. Now that we have the windows down, this is fully connected to our base and will no longer decay. So now that nothing is decaying, we can start building out our external TC. To do that, we'll simply add a circle right here, with the last triangle being lifted, and then 3 squares going off it. As on this square, you are still TC privileged from your base, but on this triangle, you are not, meaning you're able to place your external TC here. If you want to do it like a normal external, simply just add down your triangles and do that. But the only thing this will be upkeeping is obviously up till here. But if you want the extra security, simply add down your normal, but you won't need the half walls here to make them disconnectable. Once our TC has been placed, we'll upgrade the TC triangle to metal and put 2 windows on it and just a single door for now. Once that's all good, we now have external TCs and everything needed. We'll then head over here and start building in our compound by adding down 2 windows here and 1 window on top. then 2 half walls on top of it, with a ceiling on top of that. You can then add down these 2 frames right here, making sure no one can climb in and also giving us some amazing peaks. And then 2 door frames here, with a ceiling all on top of it, 2 low walls here, giving you some good breach peaks into your own base. And this will turn into a bedroom. We'll start by putting a double door facing out right here. Then in the very back here, we can put a battery, giving us 4 batteries in our compound that is not too easily found. We'll then put a garage door on it, like so, and put a locker right in front of the battery. Once we have that down, we can head outside and place down the beds. It's easier to do this with the door not being placed yet, and just push one far right and one far left. And then put our double door down and make sure this door is closed so no one can see your battery. Also for security, for the battery, I would recommend upgrading all that to metal, and also the floor inside if you are able to find it. Now that that's all good, we'll upgrade all these to metal just for MLRS protection and also making the battery a little more hidden. Once that's good, we'll start by sealing in our gatehouses by simply adding 2 double door frames, 2 windows, and 2 windows here. If you want to use a normal gatehouse, you can use this footprint by just simply adding down these doors, or we can remove these 2 windows, turning these into walls, then adding a triangle here, making yourself an airlocked gatehouse. Then we can swap this out for a single door instead, making it a properly airlocked gatehouse. Once we have that all down, we can add down this double door, and we're still going to use our normal gatehouses that we always use by adding 2 large boxes and 2 beds in all of them. And by now, we already have 16 respawn points in our compound, 8 for the gatehouses and 4 for the battery rooms, meaning we have plenty of respawns to secure our base. All we gotta do now is add some Patrico peaks to our gatehouses and then make a decision. If you want to put your turrets in here, which is what I usually do building this base, you simply place your turret right here. And once our turret is placed right here, that'll cover your entire compound with no more than 4 turrets, which is what you will have to keep in mind whether or not you're going to build this base. We're going to use a compound where we only have these 4 turrets, simply because we can't have more than 12 turrets on normal servers, and I'm going to follow that guideline for this base design. Now that we have these 4 turrets covering every angle, as you can see, we'll start by sealing in our compound. To do that, it has never been easier. When we're ready to place the compound, we'll start on the battery rooms and add this wall right here, and make sure that it looks like it'll collapse into the other side by just simply using hand-to-eye coordination, and it should fit just like that. And then repeat the process on the all sides of your base. I would recommend doing this on a build server before trying it in game, like I always say, simply because you don't want to end up with a messed up compound. Now that that's all good, our compound is fully secure. All we gotta do now is add on our large furnaces, creating a nice little furnace wall, which will force raiders to not only have to break your wood wall, but they'll also have to spend another 5 rockets on your furnaces to gain proper control of the breach, as they'll get through here and they'll be stuck behind a furnace, not being able to go anywhere whatsoever. And even if they do get through, you'll still have your turrets looking over everything. Once that's all good, we'll place down some metal barricades on top of these gatehouses, just like so. And since we didn't use the turret peaks on the gatehouses, these are impossible to climb over. Same on the other side, these will also be really hard for raiders to climb over whatsoever. Now that that's all good, let's start getting this footprint up and going. We'll start by securing our roof a little more now that our base has gotten so big. I'm gonna turn symmetry off here. We'll add a single door right here, which will obviously lead off the mobility chute, and put a single door on it, and then just wall in this triangle. We can put a ceiling on it and upgrade it to metal. On the other side, we'll do the same by adding a single door on it, and then 2 walls on the side, and a ceiling on it, and metal off the ceiling. Add down these 2 walls. Then on this side, we'll have 1 wall, and 1 wall on this side. Double door leading out, wall, and 3 more frames, and a metal ceiling. Now that we have that down, we'll add a window here, and a window here. Put an airlock right here, and just a door frame right here. Simply just for stability. On these windows, make sure you put actual windows on them. and then an airlock right here, and repeat the process on the other side of the base. Once that's all good, we'll upgrade our ceiling all to metal, and we're now looking a lot stronger. Head on inside and we'll place down the last 2 batteries of the base if you want to have batteries upstairs as well. For this specific build though, I would use just the 4 batteries in the compound to wire off everything in our base, as these bedrooms will most likely get raided and you'll lose control over them. So instead of using batteries here, I'm going to just use 3 lockers, or just wall this in and use 2 lockers on this floor. And then add some single doors on our lockers with some single doors on them as well. Once we have that down, we'll add down a couple garage doors up here, and then however many beds you might need for your team this wipe. Now that we have all of our beds down and our base is secure, let's build up the rest of the base by using symmetry on all 4 sides here. First thing we're going to do is add down 2 double door frames right here, a window right here, and a window right here, and another window on top. 2 half walls on top with a floor above it. Before we add on this floor right here, we'll build the actual funnel peaks before we make any mistakes. First thing we're going to do is add on a wall right there in the ceiling, add this frame in between, and a single door frame right here. Then repeat the process on this side. Once that's all finished, we now have our nice little peaks leading into our base, just like so. And inside of these, you'll have to make a decision what you would like to use. I tend to go for 1 shotgun trap on one side and 1 flamethrower on the other side. Just like that, making it fairly hard for raiders to get through here, as they'll have to get into the compound and they won't be able to see any of the traps from the outside. Obviously, if they sit right here and look at it, they will be able to, but they won't have the time to do that during an online. If they walk through here, you can bet they're gonna die. But that is not all, because first we're gonna add on these floors right here, and then we'll add on a double door right here. With this double door placed, they will now also, and with this double door placed, they will also be locked out, and they can climb over, but we're not done just yet. Now all we gotta do is repeat the process on all sides of the base. Now that the process has been completed, our footprint should look like this. Now let's continue making it stronger. First thing we're going to do is add on these floors all the way around the base, just like so. And now that we're all done, we can add on these as well. And as you can see, these give you some really amazing peaks leading all the way into your compound. And obviously this one will be a wider peak into your gatehouse. And from the outside right here, raiders won't be able to see you very easily through that tiny little gap, as they will have to focus your whole base. So now that we're back inside, we'll add on these 2 walls right here, and then a metal floor all the way around. Inside of here, we'll have 2 more half floors. And I'm going to swap out these embracers for being different embracers. Now that we have those placed, we can start sealing in everything. Put 2 metal floors right here, and another metal floor right here. Now that we're this far in, we can start adding down these 3 frames right here, with a couple windows on top of them, and a turret pod right here. Then we can place down these. As you can see, we're getting some amazing peaks into our compound all the way around, and also obviously these peaks here that you cannot fall through or get boosted through. All we gotta do now is add 2 double door frames right here, which will work as a nice little peak, and obviously you can get through here now. But once we add on these double doors, you can no longer get through. Once we're this far in, we'll add on these 2 windows right here. Then we'll go outside and we'll build up this frame right here and this frame right here. So we can add on these 2 frames, making the angle a lot tighter for raiders to see you, but it also adds the ability to place this frame. Add these floors right here. And as you can see, this angle is really tight for raiders to see you, as if you are out here, you're basically not going to be able to tell that someone is in there, but you will have a perfect angle looking over your raiders. And then head on to our roof right here and add on these 2 floors and these 2 floors and these 3 floors right here, making our base almost fully secured. All we gotta do is add on these roof peaks right here, upgrade all our floors to metal like always, and then go over here, add 1 low wall, 1 double door frame, and 3 floors. You then put a ceiling on this and a ceiling on this, and put a double door right here. And on the roof, we're not going to have more than 2 turrets, just like that, as that will cover everything. But if you feel like it, feel free to place all 4 down. And then inside of our inner peaks shooting floor, we'll have another 4 turrets. And down in our ring area, we'll also have another 4 turrets, just like that. Now that that's all good, our ring and everything is almost completed. All we gotta do is choose what to do with our roof. There is a lot of options here. Now, one thing that I tend to do is simply just do this and put a couple of drop boxes underneath here. But in my opinion, that is thinking too small. Because why would we only do that if we can put an entire farm base on top of our roof? First thing we're gonna do is build it in just like this. Then we're going to put a sprinkler in the floor right here, and a ceiling light right here. Now that that's all placed, we'll put 4 planter boxes at the bottom right here. Just let them snap into where they're supposed to, and put 2 more right here and another 2 right here. Now that we have 4 planter boxes here, let's make a couple more by simply adding down these door frames right here, and a nice little hut of a ceiling on top of it, and a couple frames right here. Just that we're gonna leave these ones wood, just so it's easier to place down the ceiling light and the sprinkler at the bottom. You can now place another 4 planter boxes here, giving you a nice little farm base on top of your base. It might not be enough, but it ain't too bad. And on the sides right here, we'll put a couple boxes on the 2 sides, simply to make it easier to climb up to the top. Now that we have that all in order, we now have a perfect looking roof with a nice little farm base on top of it, and this base is basically finished.